Mike Gill with State of Corruption. What most of you don't know is for the last 5 years, they've been leveraging me, Walker, Shaheen, with the IRS, the DRA, the Department of Revenue Administration in the state, the banking department, criminally, which is what I've been catching, and I haven't taken their settlements. Now this just happened. I'm going to read you an email train with an offer and reaching out to me. Jim Wheat of Liberty Mutual, right, admitting the guilt of Divine Millimat and even calling them the largest culprits in all this. The same law firm that's representing Alex Walker. Now these were less than 2 years ago, these settlement offers, and I'll step through them with you and we're going to post them so you get to see it. So what I'm saying, telling you, you get to see the evidence, just as I said we were going to keep doing. All right, now let's start. Now remember, I'm being sued by Divine, and I'm telling you that Walker's behind all this criminal with the DRA, IRS, leveraging me for my silence. Now here it goes. You ready? Dear Mike, this is Brian Barrington, an attorney that I hired that has been quite corruptly working with them. I put him in the videos, so you know what I'm saying. I've documented. But this is what he said. I spoke with attorney Wheat. Again, Wheat works for Liberty Mutual. Remember Kerry Lemieux that we just caught as the paralegal? Just as I caught him, you know what she applied to work for? Liberty Mutual. She was doing their dirty work, working with Barrington, and that was the payoff, was a job. Now we also have that in the email. I spoke with attorney Wheat. All the attorneys have to agree to invest their time in a combined mediation that will insist that they invest their time in meeting unless you make a reasonable demand against each of them. Each of them, meaning many. When I say global, when I say organized crime, this is what it is. Many of them. If I can certainly be high, but it needs to be supported in a proportion to malpractice that they cause. It certainly can be high. Remember I told you 50 million? How's that? Right, that's high. Now why are they using the word high if their incrimination wasn't deep? The terms of the mediation which may provide closure. Right, closure from me and closure from them. Although they get to keep robbing you, I find that even you do not settle will learn a lot of insight in the case, strengths and weaknesses. Barrington. Remember, Barrington works for them. Barrington's talking now to the attorney representing Divine Millimat. Their insurer, Liberty Mutual. I go on. Attorney Barrington. Now this is me speaking to Barrington. They want it to work it out proportionately, meaning multiples. So I may settle with one and sue another, knowing this is a case of organized crime. How do you do that? You leave one rat, the others out? Knowing they can't do this, I don't believe that they're sincere. Who knows better than what they have done than me? All of them. If we're going to break this out individually, we will do it in the front of a courtroom in front of jurors. On camera, for a reality series. I don't know, maybe we'll call it stateofcorruption.org. And if they want, each and every one of them, what they did, we are going to release a video nationally that spells out the corruption. Dear Mike, it's certainly your choice. I'm just a messenger. No settlement. The settlement would be global to end all litigation. Global. Shaheen, Divine Millimat, these are their attorney insurers as Divine's. The demand, however, be allocated among the parties. Certainly, remember, certainly Divine firm is the lion's share of the loss. You indicated you were interested in mediation, so I conveyed the message. The lion's share of the loss is Divine Millimat? This is less than 2 years ago. They're representing Walker. You understand what kind of farce that is? They've already admitted their guilt, and even Divine Millimat and Walker, the largest part. Now this is my response. Brian, the settlement would to end all litigation. I mean, I let them all go. Well, this is pretty extensive considering the list that I have. You've indicated that Divine has the lion's share. I think we have a share for a lot of lions. No question, Alex Walker and Divine are guilty beyond explanation. But let's not forget to give credit to the cover team of Morris Mahoney, who is also defended by Liberty Mutual. You understand? Liberty knew about Divine Millimat. They were representing them. They were representing their clients in Liberty Mutual, Morris Mahoney, John Friedman. This was an insurance scam with all of them, which is how I got Morris Mahoney and Jonathan Friedman, and the criminality that they covered up. CCR, who purchased Grant Thornton. Larry Schwartz maintained falsified tax return that made my family go through 9 years of dealing with the IRS. What do you think that might be worth? Then you go through a list of the divorce attorneys who kept my divorce going for 5 years at the cost of my family, and $5 million, by the way. I remind you, I haven't seen my daughter in 7 years. And I remind you now it's 9. They knowingly put her with a mentally ill woman. The mortgage specialist was the largest mortgage brokerage firm in the country, and they intentionally ruined my reputation and the reputation of my company. This business fed my family for the next generation. So you see, there's room for all, and together may even have a more moral second to take a look at what they've done. You see? This is negotiations. This is an admittance of their guilt, all their guilt. Dear Mike, I've explained to Jim Wheat that until you come to the table willing to offer anything, these collections of claims are too complex for individuals' demand. It is unethical for me to say to show up and release the videos. Lawyers are not allowed to threaten extrajudicial remedies. From what it is worth, Wheaton said that he understands, and he now will get back to us. He understands my position of the corruption of Liberty Mutual, because he works for Liberty Mutual. Morris Mahoney, Divine Millimat, the accountants, falsifying returns, everything that I've told you they admitted to. And I have not taken their deals because it doesn't give you the information you need, and the corruption throughout the state. This was my final email back to them. As a courtesy, I'm informing you I'm attaching these emails regarding mediation to this video. They're going to go out public at 5 p.m. today. I will also coordinate my signs directly on the website. Will display the emails. You see? I didn't take their deal. And they wanted to do it proportionally. They wanted to do it globally. Globally is those terms. That means multiples. That is the definition of organized crime, and that's what we have in this state. And you tell me, how is it the same company representing Alex Walker, who they were defending, and Divine Millimat, where their own attorney is admitting guilt, and were my attorneys for over 10 years of robbing and stealing this company and ruining my family? This is why I fight. This is why we've got to stop this. So, okay. Thank you. Just end it as I said. We got to stop.